But if somebody makes a slightest of move, slightest of change, you get alarmed and start shouting perhaps. You always change your mind when you point it to the others. But nobody points a finger towards himself or herself for changing the mind again and again. This is illusion. This is Maya. Namaste ji. Which is the source of all things, seldom comes to view. In one sense, it has neither name nor form, and in another sense, all names and forms belong to it only. It is the support of all, and has itself no support. All are dependent on it, but it is not dependent on anyone. It is the self, and its being so, from our point of view, is its glory. It is the absolute, and absoluteness, from our viewpoint, is its attribute. We ourselves call it as self and absolute. These words being coined for our own understanding, they give some sort of experience about it, and we obtain peace, for it is the real peace. For example, suppose that there is a thing underneath which its existence in the form of ideas and subtlety surrounds it and has its play. So, there is a diagram in the book. The circle within, Lalaji has written the real thing, and outside the circle, he has written existence of Maya. So in a way, he is trying to convey wherever there is this self, the central portion or the centered attention towards the subject, the absolute. It's a real thing. Rest is Maya or existence of Maya. To me, what I understand is there is this inner existence of the soul that supports the consciousness. And this consciousness thrives on Manas, Buddhi and Ahankar. And they fabricate whatever mind thinks, Buddhi intellectualizes things, and Ahankar, the ego, gives it a direction, the push for action or inaction. This is the outside world. Action is performed outside, but something that gets cooked up is here. And what is the source? It is the consciousness. And what is the source of consciousness? It is the soul, the self, the real thing. Okay. The existence is called illusion or Maya. Because one day you have some thought, another day you have another thought. Accordingly, your actions go on changing. But you don't realize it yourself. People forget about their ideas, their viewpoints, their outlook. They think they have the freedom to go on changing their outlook, their perception, their ideas, without another person interfering with your ideas. This is illusion, see. Another form of illusion I like to share with you, which is Earth is moving around the Sun. Now, since we are stationed on this planet, on Earth, and we see the sun rising and the sun setting, we don't realize that actually the Earth is moving, but we don't perceive it because we are stationed on it, like a person who is constantly on a train and considers that the train is not moving. Earth is moving. So similar situation arises because of the magnitude of the size of the planet. One starts thinking it is static and other things around it are moving. Well, most of you, rather all of you are familiar with this heliocentric concept. Similarly, ideas. When we are fixated on one idea and we change it from our perspective, it remains static because you haven't changed much. Just as we have not changed our position from Earth to another planet, you are fixated on one thing. Even though after a few minutes your fixation is on another object, third object, fourth object, yet you don't feel that you are changing. But if somebody makes a slightest of move, slightest of change, you get alarmed and start shouting perhaps. You always change your mind when you point it to the others. But nobody points a finger towards himself or herself for changing the mind again and again. This is illusion. This is Maya. The existence is called illusion or Maya. With the support of that thing, this illusion spins there and plays in the form of very subtle particles, developing many forms with its reflection. Thought, the ideas, the action, and whatever be the result. It appears to be existent and non existent by the existence of the original thing, just as the strength depends on the strong. Strength is not separate by itself but gives the experience of its existence in connection with activities. When we consider these ideas, concept of ideas, concept of intentions, concept of thoughts, concept of thoughts being actualized into action, and the obvious result based on your original plan. If it goes in favor of your original plan, you feel happy. If it goes against your original plan, you feel sad. You feel, wow, things got messed up. Now I have to rethink, replan. Behind each thought, behind each feeling, either there is depth or there is superficiality. Do you think your relationship will materialize when you in your heart feel very superficial about the love you have for the other person? This superficiality is nothing but superficial force that emerges from your heart. Deeper the feelings you have in your heart towards somebody else, it has greater strength. And because of this strength, you will end up doing something better than a person who is merely superficial about his love. There will be action, proper action taken, lots of love letters, lots of flowers, lots of gifts exchanged. It builds relationship, and then the bonding begins that way and can have positive results. So it depends on our strength of intentions, from which level of our heart this particular idea or aspiration has aroused in the heart. See.